Good morning, everyone. Thank you for being here this morning. My name is Diana Gallego. I'm the Associate Director, and here is Marcos with me. Marcos?
Hello, everyone. My name is showing as Loli Rico, but my name is Marcos. I will be answering some questions, so feel free to send us your questions during the presentation, and I will be answering during the presentations. And at the end, we are going to answer some questions as well.
Thank you, Marcos. Then we will go through the presentation. Also, we have new information that we gathered with a meeting with IRCC this past Monday. Then it's really good because now we have more clarity about some things. Marco, did you check? Did they release the forms today or not yet? And the guideline, not yet?
Not yet. No, I was checking right now, and there is still no news.
Because it was supposed to be today, but I don't know what happened. Okay, thank you. Then we are going to start the presentation. As Marcos mentioned, you can ask the questions through the chat, and Marcos will be answering back to you in the meantime that I'm doing the presentation. And also at the end, we will try to go and review the most frequent questions just for everybody's getting like feedback. Then I will start. I'm going to stop the camera and I'm going to show the presentation. Okay. Okay, who we are. FCJ Refugee Center is a non-governmental organization that had been working almost 30 years, working shoulder to shoulder with refugees and precarious migrants, especially non-status people in Canada. We were funded by two refugees from El Salvador, Loli Rico and Francisco Rico Martinez, and they have still been our two co-directors. In general, FCJ Refugee Center have like 4 main programs. One of them is the protection area. That's the one that I coordinate with Francisco Rico, and in the protection area, we assist refugee claimants. We do pre-removal risk assessments. If a rejected refugee claimant is rejected, they got a negative decision for the protection, then we assist them to do the appeal. We do humanitarian and compassion applications for non-status people and rejected refugee claimants. We support sponsorships for family in Canada, and we do work permits and study permits. The other area is the settlement integration. This area is mostly coordinated by Loli Rico, our other co-director. And in this area, we do everything about helping newcomers to settle in Canada. And we have a women's program. We have 4 houses that we host mainly women with children, refugee claimants of fleeing domestic violence. We have right now English conversations. Also, we have a primary clinic for those without HIP. And also we have a youth program. The other main component is the anti-human trafficking program. And in the anti-human trafficking program, we work with survivors of labor exploitation in Canada. And also we support any migrant workers that are in Canada with authorization to work or without authorization to work, if they feel that they have been exploited, that they are not being treated well, because all the regulations about labor law applies to anyone who is in Canada. Also, we have a public education networking, and these series of webinars are part of this because we believe that we can we should share what we learn with anybody. And most of our staff are former refugees or international students. In a way, we are also sharing our own experience and our own journey with our immigration process. Just to let you know that we have a temporary COVID isolation emergency support fund. This is funded by the City of Toronto and is only for people in the City of Toronto with our status. If you know anyone that become infected with COVID and they don't have access to any of the programs of the government, they can contact us and we will try to support them financially for the 14 days period that they need to be isolated because they got a positive COVID-19 result. Also, we have a child minding program. We have English classes for non-status people. And also we invite you to go to our website and you can see many webinars that we have there in many languages about all the applications that I mentioned before, those are the ones that we support. Then today we are going to see what is the pathway for the permanent residency. This is the new one that was announced recently in April. This is not the one that was announced before in August 2020 about refugees and rejected refugee claimants. This is the new pathway that was just announced in April. We are going to talk about the eligibility requirements, the timelines, and fee. We want to say that this should not be taken as a legal advice. All the cases have their own complexities, and this is just what we have been learning with the meetings with IRCC, as I mentioned, and also our staff had been looking into the application, and according with our experience, this is how we are going to share with you, but it should not be taken as a legal advice. Then this new pathway is going to grant permanent status to workers and international graduates that are already in Canada. This is not for anybody that is outside Canada. This is the first thing. They need to be in Canada and they need to be legally authorized to work. This is going to focus on workers, essential workers in hospitals, in long-term care homes, and other essential sectors. The good news with this is that many people that were excluded before from other programs, they are now can participate. Unfortunately, this program, this new pathway, excludes refugees, rejected refugee claimants, and non-status. Refugees means refugee claimants. If you are a refugee claimant waiting for your hearing or waiting for your eligibility, even though you have a valid work permit or they reject your case, this new pathway program is not for you. Unfortunately, we FCJ Refugee Center welcome this program, but we also still calling the government of Canada to recognize that we have many people that is here, that is every day risking their lives going to work. This is the people that is still running our economy and allowing us to have the food in our table. Then we welcome this, but we call the government to recognize that there are others there that are already here, that are integrated, that have kids, that have been working every day, risking their lives during the pandemic, and we call them to open the pathway for permanent residence to everyone that is here, regardless their status. Then how this is going to be divided? There is going to be 3 main streams, and this is going to be open tomorrow. Then it's going to be around 20,000 applications for temporary workers in healthcare, 30,000 for essential workers in other selected occupations. And you can go and see the list is really, really big. Also, the last stream is the 40,000 for international students that already graduated in Canada. This will be open until November 5th, 2021, but we know that probably this is going to fill up really quickly. And it's going to be, the 3 streams in total are going to be 90,000 applicants. It's going to be open for this number, but they have a cap, 20,000, 30,000, and 40,000. Then for, again, for international graduates are 40,000, and for the other essential workers are 50,000. Then for those that are in the 50,000, they need to be have experience in the last 3 years, equivalent to 12 months. And it can be combined a part-time work during the 3 years. Also, it can be like the NOC, the national occupation. It can be in different national occupation. This is a little more different from the express entry, that if you have, that you need to prove that you have experience in the same NOC. In this program, you can combine the national occupation, and also you can combine in the last 3 years the equivalent to the 12 months. Many of the new applicants now are people that have been working during the pandemic, cashier, construction workers, security guards, farm workers, and cleaners. That's why we welcome this, but again, we would like to see that anyone, regardless of their status, should have the opportunity to apply for a pathway. But unfortunately now, it's only those that are authorized to work in Canada. Then what are the eligibility requirements? Then again, they need to prove that they have 1 year full-time work experience in the last 3 years. Then if you work part-time in one job, and then you did with another company another time, then that combined, it needs to be in the last 3 years full-time work. Also, you need to prove that you have English level 4. This is for the workers, the healthcare in the healthcare sector, or the others in the essential sector. And if you're going to apply tomorrow, you need to have already the results of the test. Okay, and I'm going to talk a little more at the end of the presentation what is going to happen tomorrow. Or the other one is that to be eligible, they need to have a valid temporary resident status, means a work permit, means they need to be authorized to work in Canada. Then also, at the moment that they are granted the permanent residency, they need to be working. This is really important. Then if you are working right now and you have the English test and you have the full-time year work, proof you at the moment that they said, okay, yes, you have all the requirements now. Let's see, now the second stage. This is a two stages. The first stage is, are you eligible? Then they are going to say, okay, you are eligible, and the second stage is to become a permanent resident. At that moment, they are going to make sure that you are working. Then the list of the occupation is a really long list, and you can go to this link, the blue one in our presentation, and you will see all the lists that you are going to need. Another important thing is how you are going to prove that you work and that the work is listed in these occupations. When you go, they are going to say, for example, cashiers, the national occupation number is this one. Then you need to make sure that in your letter of employment, they should mention the NOC, that you are eligible, and go and see in the IRCC website, like for that specific NOC, what are the description of the job. Then you need to try to match what you are doing with the description of that NOC. Okay, that's really important, because people that already applied for the previous one, from the previous pathway for refugees, some of them were rejected because the letter didn't mention the NOC of the specific requirements, or what was the position that the person was doing. And this is really important, because this application, before, sometimes immigration were sending letters and saying, okay, you need to clarify as this and this. IRCC is saying that you need to make sure that you qualify, because this is only one chance. They are not going to send letters saying, oh, you are missing this information here, please fix this, you are missing this address. No, they are saying they are going to do the eligibility according with the documents that you are going to send. Now, for international students, they want, those eligible are the ones that already graduated, and covers students that graduated in January 2017. We had many people asking, okay, I'm just graduating last week or 2 weeks ago, but my ceremony, the graduation ceremony is going to be in June. Then you can ask the college to provide you with a letter confirming that you meet all the requirements for your graduation, that you already finished, that you don't own any subject, or for those that need to do a placement hours, nothing, that you finish your classes and you are ready, that you meet all the requirements, academic requirements, to get your diploma, and you are eligible to graduate in June or August, where those ceremonies are. Then recent graduates, they can apply. And the minimum of duration of the program is 8 months. In Canada, when you said you registered for a year course, in reality it's 8 months. Then if you study in an authorized college, then the minimum of what you study is 8 months. Also in a learning occupation on a skilled trade, and you need to be working. And this is something good in this new application, because remember, international students when they study something, for example, if they study business, to apply through the express entry, through the Canadian experience, they were forced to prove that they were working in something related of what they study, like in the NOC related with business. And we know that many people, because of the pandemic, they finished, but they, for example, they landed the dream job. Okay, I'm now working in a bank with business, and I'm going to become a permanent resident of Canada. But because COVID, they were let it go, or the company closed. Then the government is recognized that even students that graduated and that are just doing cashier job, but graduated from business, now they can apply. Then international graduates that they are working anything that are mentioned in the list. Sorry, international students that are just working in anything. Okay, the other thing is that they need to prove the English level 5, and it's not the IELTS or CELPIC, is not the academic one. Okay, it's the same requirements if you were going to apply for express entry. If you don't have clarity about this, go and check the express entry requirements for English level, because the academic one, if you already have the academic IELTS or English, that will not be accepted, and needs to be the same as the ones that is required to apply for this express entry. And if you are applying tomorrow, you should have already the results. If you don't have the results for your English proficiency, you cannot apply. Then again, they need to be graduated from January 2017. If you graduated before January 2017, sorry, but you will not meet the eligibility requirements. Again, you need to be have a valid authorization to work. Unfortunately, self-employed in the 3 streams doesn't make you eligible. You need to be working, like those that have been driving Uber that are considered self-employed. You will not meet the eligibility requirements, and you need to be present in Canada. There are some people confused about if I'm restoring my status. We know that some people is in Canada with, for example, with work permit through a labor market impact assessment. And that finished, and they were able, because of the pandemic, to apply again. Then those are the ones that if they are waiting for an answer to restore the status, then and they had to prove that, then they may meet the eligibility requirements. Then how it's going to be applying to the program? IRCC told us that they create a new app. Means many people have been asking, okay, I already have an account with GCKey, the GCKey account. Is going to be through that? No. They said they are launching tomorrow, and they didn't say at what time. They are launching tomorrow a new app. Then the first step is going to be like a way that you can answer some questions, and then the app will tell you, yes, you are eligible, and through which stream you can apply. Also, they are going to, you need to have ready all the documents. Then if you have the employment letter, if you have your criminal record, if you have your English results, have them scanning to your computer that are ready to be uploaded. Also, they are going to ask you to pay the fees And the fees, we were confirmed that you are going to pay $550 for the application plus 500 for the fee for permanent resident. Then it's going to be $1,050. We know that before in many programs you just had to pay the 550 for the application, but in this special program you must pay the total amount, 550 for the application plus 500 for the fee to become a permanent resident. This applies to the main applicant, to a spouse or common law, the two fees. And if you are presenting your children with you, then the children, they only need to pay 150 and they are exempted from the permanent residency fee. Again, because I think I didn't mention that in this program, you are able to apply with your family. And family means a spouse, common law partner, and children less than 22 that are in Canada or they are outside. But the worker, the principal applicant, or the international student must be present in Canada. Okay, that's really clear. That's how it's going to be, how it's going to work. Again, family members are included. How many we ask, okay, we have experienced that with other programs like the sponsorship for parents and grandparents, like in 15 minutes, all the spots were clear. They believe because this is kind of different, that you need to upload documents, that you need first to create an account, then answer the question if you are eligible, and then fill out submit the documents. They said that this app is able to take a really high volume of applications at the same time. But also they recognize that with every new app and every program, they hope it will not collapse, that it can handle the transit of many people trying to get into the app and create the account and submit the papers. Then you can create the account. For example, if you are not ready tomorrow, you can create the account. But again, they don't know when the cap will be already full. For example, the 40,000 international students, they don't know, but they said the app will calculate depending on the submissions. Then at one point, if you are trying to open your account, you will get a message saying, sorry, the cap of this stream is full. They said that the app is going to say that. Then at the end, they said you are going to see a blue button that says, yes, you are ready to submit everything. And then you need to click, and then you're going to receive a confirmation, yes, you submit your application. Again, you need to pay the fee for permanent residency. And they are asking you to be careful that one of the forms that for sure is going to be in this package is the IMM 008 that we know as generic form. It must be validated, because if no, the app will not let you to upload. Then again, also they said that it's going to be available not only the forms, by like a really explanatory guideline, how to fill out the forms, what is the information they are looking. Also, you need to have your criminal record. And we ask the question, okay, if people, if clients already apply for the criminal record, but they don't have the results, then they said, you can include proof that you already requested your criminal record, okay? But they said, don't leave it in blank, because if no, probably the app will not let you send the documents, or if the app let you send the documents, you will not be eligible. Then you can write a letter of explanation and send the proof that you already apply for your criminal record. Also, they were saying, if you have extra documents that prove that, yes, you have been working in Canada, for example, if you have your taxes, there are no part of the application, but they said, send wherever you think is going to confirm that, yes, you are eligible. That will not damage your application. What will damage your application is the lack of supporting documents. That's one thing. Also, yeah, I think those were like the things that they were advising to us to tell the clients. The other thing is that if you have a lawyer or an immigration consultant to be your representative, they are not authorizing those immigration consultants or lawyers to send your application. They said the lawyer or the immigration consultant should prepare all the documents, make sure that the forms are ready, but it's the main applicant who is the one who needs to set up the account. And then you can submit the representative form. And then when immigration receives the representative form, then they are going to communicate with the lawyer. But they were really, really clear that it's each applicant who should set up the account. And probably because it's going to be through a personal email. That was really clear. Then if somebody's telling you, okay, we will do it for you, I don't know how they're going to manage, because IRCC was really clear. Is the principal applicant, the worker, the student, the international graduate student that need to set up the account and send the representative form, and then forward that, we will contact the representative, or who else is the representative for the case. Then this is going to start tomorrow, and again, they said, many people ask, okay, if I don't have the results, can I send a letter of explanation and proof that I did it, like the criminal record? They said, no. The letter of employment, proof that you have been working, if you are an international student, proof that you are graduated from a school, and proof of your English proficiency is a must. We know that many people were thinking, okay, I can apply and my appointment is going to be in May 10, and I can send proof. No, they said, no, sorry, you cannot apply. If you apply and just, instead of the result, you just send a letter explanation saying, oh, my appointment is on the 10th, they will say, we will reject your application. That was really clear. Then again, this you have to apply for your family members at the same time with you. Okay, that's really clear, and you have to pay for them if you want them to receive the permanent resident at the same time as you. For those that are not familiar with the CELPIC, this is like the chart, the scores, the equivalence. Like for those that are asking for level 4, then in reading, this is what you need to have: 3.5, writing 4, listening 4, sorry. Listening 4.5 and 4.0. All these combined will get you 4. And for international graduate students is 5, then 4 reading, 5 writing, 5 listening, and 5 speaking. And it's a little different from the IELTS. Then we have here combined the CELPIC and IELTS, okay? You see, and then we are going to send you this presentation just for you to make sure that then, yes, you have the equivalence, okay? And this is like just a summary of what we have been talking. Then again, you need, this is the most important thing, because we have been receiving calls saying, okay, I have an immigration consultant that told my husband that because he's a contractor, he's working in construction, he's going to apply for us. And I asked these 2 questions. Are you authorized to work in Canada? No. Do you have the test? No. Then if you are not authorized to work in Canada, you can apply it, okay? And those that are authorized in Canada, but they don't have the results of the English, unfortunately, until you have the results, you cannot apply, because then you will be rejected. And the eligibility is really clear. Many people is asking about the medical exams. They said, if you already have a medical exam, send it to us. But it's not like a requirement to have the medical exam. But they said, if you are authorized to work in Canada or you are international graduated, most of the time you will have a medical exam. Even if it's expired, send it to us, okay? That's what they said also. Okay, then if you have more questions, you can email me or you can call us, and we will try to assist you as best as we can. We are an organization that support non-status and refugees. Then we don't have the capacity to assist most of you. If you have the means to have somebody that to pay somebody that can guide you, just be careful. Try to choose a good lawyer or a good immigration consultant that knows what they are doing, because this is only one chance. I don't know if now I can pass to Marcos, and Marcos can go through the most frequent questions.
Hello, everyone. I have been answering a couple of questions in the chat box. One of the most common questions that we receive is, I am a refugee claimant. I have a valid work permit. Can I apply? Unfortunately, not. We were sad when we saw this. We did not agree with immigration, but unfortunately, refugee claimants were left out of this program. They are saying that this program is only valid for those with temporary resident status, and refugee claimants, unfortunately, are not considered to be temporary residents. Another question that we received is, if my application is refused, will I receive a refund of the fees that I paid? And if I'm not mistaken, they will only refund the right of permanent residence fee, that's $500. They will not refund the full value, the full amount of $1,050. They are asking also, I will need to submit a confirmation that I have requested my police check. So yeah, for both programs, both the student and the work stream, that you will have to provide them with something related to the police record. So if you still do not have the police record, but you already requested, you can send a proof that you requested it. You can send proof that you're waiting, or even a receipt that you paid for the police record. You need to submit something. a letter of explanation. You need to submit something for both programs. For the criminal check, is the one from here in Canada or is it from the home country? So it depends how long you have been in Canada, if I'm not mistaken. So if in the past 5 years you lived in another country other than Canada, you need to submit both. Just not sure if it's 5 years or 10 years, but you probably need to submit.
But most of the time it's from the country of origin.
Yes. Because for here in Canada, they are able to get that criminal check themselves.
Yeah, you must send proof that you requested through your country of origin, okay?
Yes. And Diana, we have a question here. So what refugee claimants need to do to be prepared in case they release a new program for refugee claimants? Based on the previous program that they released last year, what could we say?
Last year, they just focus on mostly personal support workers. Then now everybody's saying, oh, should I study that? Really, I don't know, because right now the government recognize that cashiers, security guards, people doing screenings, cleaners are essential workers. Then it's really like a gamble question.
Yeah.
We really don't know. What we are calling the government is to open the doors to everyone, regardless the status, regardless what they have been doing in Canada.
Exactly. One other pretty common question that we received is, I'm working part-time, am I eligible? So on their requirements, right, they did not release any specification if it needs to be part-time or full-time. So our understanding is that if you are working part-time, you are eligible to apply. That's not an issue.
Yeah, for workers, is you need to prove that in the last 3 years you have 1 year, and it's 1,560 hours. If I
exactly, yeah,
yes.
1,560.
Then go and do the count your hours. If in total is 1,560 in the last 3 years for workers, is you are eligible.
Exactly. And it's also important to say that you need to maintain your status. You need to have the legal status the moment you submit the application and the moment that you received the decision. So for example, if your work permit is going to expire in August, you can submit it. You're working, you can submit it right now in May. You have all the requirements, submit it. But once August, your work permit is going to expire in August, you need to change your status. You need to have a valid status. Or if your work permit is renewable, you have to renew it, or you might have to change your status to visitor while you wait for the decision. But you need to be in Canada, and you need to be with a valid status here in Canada.
One of the questions that some people asked to IRCC on Monday was, okay, it's going to be like a bridging work permit. There is a bridging program when you are you apply, for example, to the express entry, and you are waiting for the express entry decision, that you can have a bridging work permit. They said they don't know exactly how it's going to be. Like as Marco is saying, mentioning, my work permit is going to expire in August, and if by August I haven't received a final decision what is going to happen, then they said they are working on that. They don't have clarity if they are going to have a program like a bridging work permit, or if they will send a letter saying, okay, we will extend your work permit. It's not clear, but you need to be careful if your work permit is going to expire, because you must maintain your status.
Yeah. Another question that we received a lot, and that I was also asked to immigration on the presentation that we were present, is I booked my English test, but I still don't have the score. Can I submit my application without the score and then send you the score later? Unfortunately not. You need to have the score with you at the moment that you submit the application. So one of the questions that we have in the chat box is, I still don't have the English score. Can I create my account and upload everything else and just wait for the score? So you can create the account. You can upload the documents that you have, but that will not guarantee you the spot. So, and once you receive the English results and you upload the English results and then you submit the application, that's when you're gonna be in the waiting line, like you're gonna analyze your application. So
yeah, they said there is like at the end of the application, when you upload everything, that the app will recognize, yes, you upload everything, there is going to be like a magic blue button that says, okay, ready, send it. But I know some clients can say, okay, I will try. I just will send proof of my English score to see. Well, you are taking the spot of somebody that is already, because they were really clear. You are not eligible. We will reject you because you don't have the English with you at the moment that you apply.
And they said that there are a couple of documents that you need to submit at the moment of the application. There is no exceptions. So for example, the proof of the work experience, the English results, all those requirements you need to submit with the application. If they open your application and it's missing something, they will deny it, they will refuse it right away. You will not receive the full refund of your fees. So do not try to, let's say, do not try to cheat the system and submit something else instead of your English results. You're just gonna lose money doing that. And yeah, for the questions that we received today, those are it. Is there any other question that you remember, Diana, from previous presentations or from the presentation that we were present that you think that might be useful to share?
No, just make sure that you are authorized to work in Canada. And refugee claimants, rejected refugee claimants, even though they have a valid work permit, they are not part of this program. There are many people without status that, for example, they were able to register a company and they are working as a contractors in construction. They are not authorized to work in Canada, even though they register a company. You don't meet the qualifications, okay?
That's perfect. So yeah, so those who register a company, they don't have a work permit for themselves, right? They just have the company. So perfect. Yeah. So I think
those are, it's just that make sure to go and check the NOC, national occupation, and the NOC needs to be mentioned in the letter, and try to meet the criteria of those the description that is in the NOC, that it will match with what you are doing. Sometimes you are work, I don't know, as a cashier, but your name, the name of your work is probably another bank. But when you go and see, yes, these are the things I'm doing, then probably cashier is too simple, but there are other things that you are working. Then my advice is go and check that long list and look something that looks similar to the job name that you have, and see the description. What are the things that immigration wants you to do? And then if you recognize, yes, these are my duties, then you need to talk to your employer that they can recognize that and put the NOC and do the description, okay?
Yeah, we just received one question and just asking, I am a nanny, can I apply? So child care providers, they are included in the program, but you cannot be self-employed. So if you're working self-employed as a nanny, you cannot apply. So you just need to check if you're not self-employed. If you're working for a company that provide nannies to customers, then that would be okay. But if you're a nanny self-employed, unfortunately, that would not apply.
Okay, I think that's going to be all. Thank you so much for your time here, and good luck. And well, we hope that if you meet all the requirements, you will get one spot in this program.
Yeah, hopefully.
Okay.
Yeah, they did not. Just you mentioned before, but they did not specify what time the program is going to open tomorrow. So keep refreshing the immigration page, see if it shows up, but they did not make any announcements regarding that. And once again, this presentation, it is already on our website. We did a couple other presentations in English, Portuguese, Spanish, Arabic, and those presentations are already on our website. So you can access our website and have access to these webinars.
Thank you, Marcos. Thank you, Carolina, for putting this together, and good luck to everyone.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Diana.
Bye.
Bye-bye.